Leroy, Ted calling from Penobscot. I'm curious about how you splice your ropes together. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It is morning, first week in February. We're at the main center for coastal fisheries in Stonington. And today we're going to do a segment on rope splicing. The long splice would be adding two lines together. And the eye splice would be like this one that I've got here. And the instrument that you would use to splice rope is called a FID, F-I-D. This is a small one for small lines. Rope comes in different sizes. I'm going to make an eye splice first, and this might be on your rowboat. This is called a thimble, this piece here, and as you can see, it has a groove in it. These are different sizes, and if you look at this one, it's a 3/8 thimble. That means that will receive the 3/8 rope in this groove. So what we want to do is to unlay it. This is called unlaying the line. Stick your FID in under one strand. See it? Mm-hmm. Push it in till it breaks. Okay? Go right between them and do the same thing again. And that'll just undo them so that we can get them ready to splice together. Now we're going to get into the eye splice. So if you're right-handed, come up on the left side of the thimble, around the thimble, and down, and keep your end on the right-hand side. If you're left-handed, then go the other way. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this wire tie on there so that we keep this thing taut around close to the thimble. And that keeps these two ends tight in here. We have 3 strands on this line, and I've got 3 strands in my hand. And you will see that 2 of the strands is lying on the top of the rope here. This strand is the bottom strand that goes under. You can color code them if you prefer, which we can do. If you got a good memory, you can do this without the tape, but you want to keep track of these strands. So we're going to get this started. And what you do, you take the line in your hands and you twist it enough to get your FID in. You push your FID in there, far enough to get that line through easy. You can tell when your line, if you see it sliding through, we've got ample enough. Now, when you get that in there, pull your FID out and then pull that tight. The secret of a good splice is to keep these tight. Now your green one is next. That's going to lay right alongside. And you do the same thing. Push that in. Tuck her in underneath. Get the end. Pull it through. And then pull it tight. Okay? Now what you do with this, you twist it in your hand. Okay? And we're going to go to this one. And this one comes in from the other side. Okay? And then to keep it straight, you put 2 on this one and then go around again. Now they're all going to go in the same direction. The only time you go the opposite way is on the first one. Okay? Went down the river, couldn't get across. Jumped on the billy goat, thought he was a horse. And what you gotta watch for is that each strand only goes under one strand, where my finger's pointing. You see that? And this one under one strand, okay? This one under one strand. If you get any 2 of these under the same strand, you've missed one of the one of the tucks. Okay, so you want to pull that out and go back and find out what happened. A lot of guys get in trouble because they get discouraged too easy, and they throw it in the corner and say, "Yeah, I can't do it." Well, yes, you can. Of course you can. If you can run a GPS on your boat, you can splice a piece of rope. That's a nice splice. Then what you do is take your burn gun and just burn the ends off. It seals every strand together. You see that, how that's melted right together? Try not to hit the main body of the line. If you start hitting this with the burn gun, you've already weakened it if you do that. Now, the long splice is most generally done on adding the floating line to the sinking line like 10 fathom from the trap. Now, if you look at this line in my left hand, what do you see? Two lines on top, like a set of horns on a billy goat, and one line drooping down, okay? Now, look at this one, and what do you see? You see one line on the top going up in the air, and the billy goat's horns are on the bottom. We're going to slide them together right into here. The same thing applies as we did on the single line. Here's our over, this one's under. This splice is a little trickier because you got two sides of this splice that you got to work. Now, we got to get the red one, and this one comes in from the other side. Seems like we got this side started, so now we got to go to the other end and do this side. It's the same process over and over and over. Once you get it started straight, you're all set. Okay? I'll put a couple more in here. We don't want to have anything looking bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tom will be in here eyeballing us. So we're going to sign off today. I hope this will be informational to some of you fellas that can't splice. If you have other questions, please call 224-58-LEROY and we will answer them for you. You can call and ask about lobstering, crabbing, catching mussels, cohogs. What do you do with kelp? You know, any question that pertains to the fishery. Love to have your questions. Well, that's a good session. Took longer than I thought. But you know, it's to do it right, you've got to take the time to explain it.